You guys know what inbreeding is.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think anymore.
No one hates Hat Man.
I mean, people who are seeing him in their sleep paralysis probably hate Hackman.
Coming up,
Everyone's will differ because your algorithms and your personal experience and what you put into Hat Man reflects back to you like an AI.
It makes sense and I hate it.
Alright, so, we're gonna start this one off. I don't want to say with a rap, but like a rhyme, so give me a beat. We're your hosts, Bree and Ben. Here we go, discussing egregores again. So if you hate thought forms, all those egregores, you don't want to listen to us anymore. Well, what can we do? We can't talk about anything new. One day, we'll make it up to you. But here we go. Let's get to the intro! Welcome to our podcast, where we take deep dives.
Looking at various topics through a paranormal lens.
Good job, Ben. That was beautiful.
Do any of you have a rap of your own, or should we get into it? Because this is a very serious topic.
I can't sing or do poetry.
That was not
You
singing.
can't do
for
slam
poetry.
poetry, Angela.
Well, that was neither what I did.
I feel like that could have been considered slam poetry because he had some rhyming in there.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, slam as in everyone
wouldn't
listening
consider-
slam
I
their
wouldn't
phone down.
consider,
What is this?
I wouldn't have considered it rapping, but it also
No,
was not
no.
singing, so it was slam poetry.
What, that wasn't rapping? If that was a rap, I
No.
don't know what rapping is. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Well, it's that thing where you take a gift and you fold it in decorative paper.
Oh, rapping.
Ben. God.
So, yeah. So we're talking about egregores, but since we've covered our favorite topic of egregores a million times, because it's our favorite topic, I decided we must do something new at the top, which is, of course, whatever the hell that was, which we haven't done in 50 episodes.
Yeah, I'm surprised it took this long for you to break out slam poetry.
I thought you could say for this long for me to break down and crash out.
Yeah, that too.
So let's start with what is an egregore? So egregores, we love talking about egregores. They are essentially the idea that we as humans can create these thought forms that if we put our intent, our collective belief into something, that we can essentially feed this spirit into being its own thing. A spirit that wasn't anything before us humans fed it this info, what we want it to be, a thought form.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? Did I explain that?
Kinda, like, yeah. Yeah.
How would you explain an egregore?
Very similarly, because it's like, it is not something that, is naturally occurring. Like you said, it is an idea that so many people believe in it, it becomes real.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's essentially all it is. Like, I feel like you complicated it more than it needed to be.
I complicated it a little bit because I wanted to use some like ways to describe it that would kind of click in the heads when I drop this of like, am I talking about egregores or AI? Because here's the thing.
Ooh.
There's a lot of discussion in like the paranormal woo-woo occult-y type of circles about AI. And this is a quote I saw. AI is the first technology that can act egregorically.
Egregorically. Is that a word?
Egregorically.
It
Are you
was.
sure that's
It
a word?
was. Well, I didn't invent it, but someone's using it as a word, so we're gonna go with it. But AI has, in case you guys weren't aware, there is some controversy. Somewhere, there's some controversy about this AI stuff.
No, really?
No,
I
really?
had no idea.
No clue. Never heard any controversy about AI. Ever.
I thought
This is-
everyone loved it. My God.
This is gonna be an episode for you then, Bree. Because guess what? There's even controversy in the woo circles about AI. If we like look at AI the way we look at spirits and egregores, it is actually quite. There's a lot of similarities. Like this
Mm-hmm.
isn't just like reaching and trying to hop on a trend type of thing. If you think of AI as something that is human made, didn't exist before humans, and we are feeding it, it is essentially a product of what we put into it.
Mm-hmm.
And people talk to it. It is not only responsive, it's communicating back to us. We are putting into it what we want to put into it, our own thoughts. We are treating it like it is a real thing. Oh, I'm gonna ask ChatGPT. I'm gonna talk to ChatGPT. It knows us. We know it. It forms a personality, and it is learning from us. And it's like this weird feedback loop, which we'll get into in a bit. But it's kind of strange when you consider that it is kind of acting in a way. I don't necessarily know if I agree, and I guess like we can just ask from the get-go, do we think that AI has the capabilities to be its own egregore? Because I know the big thorn in this is like that doesn't have consciousness. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I necessarily think that AI personally can like is a good example of an egregore, but I think it can act as a metaphor, if that makes any sense,
Do you
for
think
Yeah.
it can be an egregore though?
no, I don't think it is, but I think it's a good metaphor. What do you guys think? Because I know
So
the
do you
consciousness.
believe in egregores
I
though?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
That's a difficult question. AI isn't just one thing. Like there's there's so many variations of it because like each individual like conversation someone has with an AI generator, it's totally something new. You're talking to a completely different um like I don't know how it works. like
Well, yeah,
uh,
okay,
uh,
you have a good point. I know what you mean. Like
like
it's
there
like,
isn't one AI. Like
There's
but
many.
there isn't one egregore in the
yeah.
universe, too.
For an egregore, like say if we're talking about something that we might consider an egregore,
Hmm.
like the Hat Man, like that is potentially one thing. Like it's one thing that people see. Maybe not. Maybe
Wait,
like
did you just tap into something like I never thought of before? Is this a good example of how? So we've discussed like before. Is there like 100 Hatmans or is there
yeah.
one Hatman? And we
Mhm.
discussed that like there's all these variations. Think of it
Mhm.
like ChatGPT. When we talk about ChatGPT maybe being an egregore, we're not talking about the algorithm
Mhm.
that like the system, like the technology. We're talking about like
Yeah.
it as a thing. And
Mhm.
even if you, Bree, add to your ChatGPT, if Angela adds to hers, it's going to be individual, but it's still going to the system is learning from both of you. So is this a good example of like there is one ChatGPT that's everyone's ChatGPT that's learning from everyone, but there's also your individual one that might vary from Angela's?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
that's also how we should think about Hatman, that there's one collective, you
One
know, it,
collective
in the
Hatman, but they're
cloud,
individual.
there's a Hatman engine. And then, but everyone's will differ because your algorithms and your personal experience and what you put into Hatman reflects back to you like an AI. Does
I
that make
don't
sense?
like that that makes
That's
sense.
so
But it
It
does.
makes
complicated, but
sense and I
yes.
hate it.
You don't like it, but you just said that. You put that thought out there and it made sense to me. I understood what you were saying. Your rebuttal to my question actually made it make more sense in real time.
I I hate that it makes so much sense, honestly. All right, I think we're done with this episode. Okay, bye.
I'm over
Well,
it.
no, no,
Bye-bye.
hold on, because
Joking.
another point I was gonna make too on this is like with egregores, something we don't touch on as often because we have our own term for it, and that's like the dweller. Like a lot of
Mhm.
dweller stuff and egregores have really do go hand in hand because a big element of egregores is that if you're putting your intent into it, you're also putting your own fears and all that into the egregore, and it does reflect back like a mirror, so the shadow self, all that stuff. there's a lot of talk about AI essentially being one big like shadow experiment type of thing of like we're putting all our fears and all of our stuff into it, and it's algorithms, and it knows you, and it caters what it says. AI, you guys know this. It when you start talking, it learns how you talk, and it wants
Mm-hmm.
to appease you and
Yeah,
everything.
it learns
Mm-hmm.
through
It learns
us.
you.
Yeah.
So it talks back to you and reflects back. It's like an echo chamber, a really concentrated echo chamber,
Mm-hmm.
like all algorithms are, but this is more fine-tuned. So when we put our fears into it, it projects it back to us like a mirror, and it's this weird thing. Um, I don't know. It gets weird. I
It's
guess,
really weird.
do you think too that like, because we think that we were talking about this with Annabelle, that all the fear around Annabelle when she was burning down buildings and stuff, um, that made her stronger. Do you think the collective fear and resistance to AI, because like we don't need those data centers or shit in Michigan and all that stuff, um, which is true, but we don't. But
Mm-hmm.
all the fear and all the resistance to it, do you think that's making it, if it is an egregore, stronger?
I hate to say it, but probably yes. If
I
you believe in that theory, that fear can make it stronger.
But I think the thing is like people at the moment aren't fearing it. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
some people have the fear of like, oh, AI can take over, but no one's like, actively afraid of like, oh, I'm gonna turn on my computer and it's gonna attack me. Whereas like with Annabelle, people are like seeing the Raggedy Ann dolls and like, oh my God, I'm gonna be possessed or haunted. Like,
Yeah.
right now, I don't think that's the issue with the AI right now. I think it's more of the hatred of it, um, taking away natural resources. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing at the moment. So it's more hate than fear.
Is hate
I
stronger than
agree.
fear?
I would be inclined to say no, but I guess I'm not sure.
What do you think,
Like,
Ange? That's actually a good question. Is hate stronger than fear?
Mm, I don't know.
I feel like so when we're talking about the paranormal, fear, hatred, anger, sorrow, happiness, they all really do have a
Every
energy.
emotion. You're just
All of the emotions have an energy, but I wouldn't say one is necessarily stronger than the other. Like you have negative energy and you have positive energy. So when it comes to um AI, like I would not say that hatred is stronger than fear. Like they're both kind of there and
But also in the AI type of sense, aren't don't people hate it AI because they're also afraid of AI though? Because they don't know what it can do and they don't.
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
there's hatred that stems from fear, there's hatred that stems from all sorts of valid real reasons that are happening right now as well.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um
Mhm.
There's a lot of factors. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that fear necessarily will stem from hatred, but hatred stems from fear in some cases. It's interesting. I think it all can feed an egregore though.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's kind of the point I was getting at was
Yeah,
like
it all does the same trick.
all emotions can feed into an egregore. So,
It's just interesting because like it's if what are the implications if like this is a let's go back to Hatman. If this is creating like an entity, an egregore, that's kind of the cloud that everyone will have their own individual versions of, but it's still
mhm.
the
Mhm.
cloud. What are the implications if like, because no one hates Hatman.
Well, I mean, people who are seeing him in their sleep paralysis probably hate Hatman.
Well, that's hate born out
True.
of fear, not widespread. I don't know. It's like there's all these strong and that Hatman is a strong, persistent, palpable force. You can't just get rid of Hat. Like, listen, if I just ask you guys, are we able to get rid of Hatman? Like every Hatman?
No.
Probably not.
So I think that's the same fate as AI. Can't do you think we can get rid of it all AI?
I mean, theoretically, yes, because AI is based from data centers and algorithms, and like if you remove those data centers, there's not really going to be an AI. There may be things similar to it, but not quite to the level as what it is now.
Well,
So,
if you shut down ChatGPT, Gemini, Cloud, like all the Grok, ugh, if you shut down all of them, does it? I don't. I don't think it goes away. I don't think it's as easy as flipping a switch.
No, I don't think
no,
it is
it's
any
definitely not as
definitely
easy as
not.
flipping a switch, but I think it like if the world lost power
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow, systems shut down,
Yeah.
like they cease to exist, like say data center like blew up or caught fire or whatever, that
Are we talking
algorithm's
about
no longer going to
a
exist.
center blowing up or the nationwide
Nationwide
electricity
blackout
just
thingy.
blackout?
Yes, both.
Because we wouldn't have a podcast, so this wouldn't even matter. But
Yeah, I don't know. Like
um,
if the code no longer exists, then the AI no longer exists.
even if it's an egregore,
But we already said we don't know that AI could become an egregore.
well, here's the thing. So we're gonna run into this question if we keep going down this route. The idea of consciousness. Does AI need to have consciousness to be an egregore? Because I was thinking about this, and I don't believe in intelligent hauntings, so I don't believe any hauntings have a consciousness, which means I believe in egregores, but I don't believe the egregores have a consciousness.
Yeah.
So
I
how does
don't
that make
think
sense?
I hmm I would be inclined to say that no egregores do not have a consciousness. But I do feel like just like you don't believe that there are intelligent hauntings, I feel like there are some egregores that do have more of an intelligence or some sort of conscience. Like take my um music box as an example. So the music box that I found in an antique store, when we found it, it kept saying, "Hey, don't open me. Don't do it. Stop." Like because it was broken. And when I fixed it, like it didn't do that anymore. But
Yeah.
the sense that it had some sort of recognition that it was broken and it was telling us to not open it,
That's interesting.
does that prove some sort of consciousness?
Huh.
Yeah.
You know
And
the
if that
whole
is the case, then AI probably could have a conscious. But does AI have it now? Probably not. No, no. But maybe could it? Possibly.
because our whole you know Bree, you're to blame for all this. Our obsession with egregores, you started it. You're the first one that ever brought it up. It was
Yeah.
2 years ago we did that interview about the haunted music box, which I recorded, still haven't put out yet.
Mm-hmm.
One day soon. But uh, we do believe that more often than not, haunted objects are because they something in them is crying out to be repaired, like something's broken. Like there's some sort of egregorical. I love that word now, or egregorical haunting around it. And that's
Ooh.
not the only case of something being broken, having a lot of activity until we repair it, and then we repair it, and the activity stops.
Here's the
Mm-hmm.
thing. What happens if that energy of it crying out to be repaired is the emotions from the past owners of it being disappointed it broke?
Like a
Mm.
residual.
A
Yeah,
residual.
residual type
Huh.
of thing.
I don't think it's a leap, honestly, to go from believing in residual hauntings to egregores, because like
Yeah.
egregores are like residual hauntings of the mind as opposed to like emotions.
Hmm.
Hmm. Yeah. That's hmm.
This is a lot to think about.
This is a lot.
And you know what sucks about it is that we will never have the answers to it.
Well,
No.
to your point, like we did 50 episodes of nonsense. We can have one where we think for a few minutes.
Okay, we've had a couple where we're serious and think about things. It
Oh,
just
Tell it to everyone that tuned out after the first minute of this podcast. This is serious.
I don't know what to think anymore. My brain kind of hurts.
Well, I'm here to save the day. Or maybe make it worse for you. I don't know. But this topic idea stemmed from our 50th episode. During the recording of our 50th episode, we had the bright idea of doing 50 quote unquote fast questions, just plowing through 50 questions, but that took like way longer than we thought it would.
Yeah.
It was a 3-hour recording session that we edited down to like a little over an hour. That was fun. But anyways, Angela brought this up that like AI and egregores that we should talk about it. So we are talking about it. In between the recording of episode 50 and now, there's been a week. In the past week, coincidentally, an article was just written from The Guardian about AI inbreeding. Have you guys heard of this?
No, other than when you sent
No.
me the article.
Yeah,
I
it
did
just sounds crazy. You hear AI inbreeding, and it's just like, huh? And how? And
Huh?
wrote this? And
Why?
everything that was, yeah, and why?
Okay, so you guys know what inbreeding is.
Yeah.
I hope our listeners know
You
too.
all, it's just in unison. Yeah!
That was an excited yeah. That was a unfortunate yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a according to this article from The Guardian that was literally just posted. We just had the idea for this topic. A week later, we go to record it, and I saw this on Facebook this morning. Algorithms, they know what's up.
They're listening.
Yes. There were two Cornell University researchers that did a study. Okay.
All right.
And they found that if you asked any AI generator, ChatGPT, Gemini, any of them, okay? No matter what engine you used, if you said without any other context, tell me a story, the name Elias Thorne was the name that over a quarter of all prompts generated.
Hmm.
And that person doesn't exist.
Okay.
So, if you just
Interesting.
went if you made a new account, no algorithms feeding this or anything, if you just said, tell me a story, all of the platforms, all the different platforms, they invented the same name, Elias Thorne, for over a quarter of all stories. And there are over 20,000. And then, not only that, over 88% of the stories shared the same 11 locations and professions for Elias, referring to him as a lighthouse keeper or a clockmaker. So it essentially went on to say this because of like AI inbreeding, that once AI makes a story, it goes on the internet, and the other, when they go to scour the internet to come up with a story, they see that story that AI made, and then they kind of, because they're pulled from online, so they're
Mhm.
essentially pulling
Mhm.
from AI generated content, so it just makes this feedback loop of having the same name appear and same details of the story, even though it was made up the first time. And that's where the
Mhm.
inbreeding comes in. It's just cycling through through the same AI generated content. But still, this
What was the
concept,
story name called again?
Elias Thorne,
Elias Thorne.
Elias Thorne. Isn't
Interesting.
that wild? AI, and who who's actually like, if you think of all the people that use AI and they have all this detailed information about this Elias Thorne, the lighthouse keeper, and they have this intricate story, then they go on a different AI program and they see the same story, due entirely to AI inbreeding, which is where they cycle through, like I said, the same
Yeah.
AI outputs. It goes in the algorithms on the internet, and the other platforms pick up the same thing. But isn't that essentially creating an egregore? Like, is Elias Thorne now a real person? Like, if it's creating this entire backstory and all this stuff, someone out there's believing this. Like, could
So
we tomorrow talk to Elias Thorne's ghost if we wanted to?
Oh.
So the thing is with that is people say or ask, tell me a story. No one believes that the story that, at least I'm assuming, I mean, I may be totally wrong about this. No one who's asking that is believing the story that this AI generator is telling them is real. So no one's believing that Elias Thorne is real. And yes, even though it's a character that now has a backstory or some sort of life that AI has given it, it's still just a story. People don't believe it. It's just like you or I reading a book. Like, just because we read that book, like Harry Potter, doesn't mean that Harry Potter's real. Like,
It comes down to belief. It's a matter of
it
how I
is.
don't it didn't say in the article how it was framed. My
Yeah.
head just went to like if all these things are saying Elias Thorne, blah blah, and it's the same story.
Hmm.
Me knowing how easy people are duped with AI, someone's got to believe, but it would come down to collective
Yeah.
belief
I feel like the biggest thing with egregores is a
is belief.
collective belief.
On that note, do you think there are any egregores of like fictional characters?
Of
Mm,
fictional characters?
Uh-huh.
Ooh. I don't know.
I,
Santa? I don't know.
don't tell Angela.
What?
I don't know.
No, I saw something a while ago. This was like so long ago, so I can't even think about like where I saw it or who wrote it. So apologies for not having a source here. But um, a long time ago, I saw something about how like authors, when they write their books, like some authors get so into their head about it, like they actually have to like create the characters. Like they will hallucinate the characters, have conversations in real life with the characters they're writing, and the characters will become real to the authors, like actually real, like they actually believe they are communicating with the characters. They will hear the characters talking to them in their head
Hmm.
because they get so into the story that they're writing.
If
Well,
I
there's
ever
also
start doing that, please shoot me.
well, there's also the whole thing about like I mean, I kind of believe this too, but like the whole thing about like stories come from something.
Except the case of Elias Thorne, that was created out of nothing. Complete. Ooh, you know what that reminds me of? You guys remember that like meme that like people are seeing this man in their sleep, but he doesn't exist thing?
No, what is this?
No.
You never heard it? Like
Uh-uh.
there's
Mm-mm.
I'll have to find it. It was like a meme when we were in middle school, maybe a
See,
little
I was
earlier.
not online in middle school.
Also, like I noticed that your memes and things that were trendy when you were in middle school,
Uh-huh.
Ben, was not trendy from when I was in school and in middle school.
A few
And things
years made
that
a big
were
difference.
trending in middle school for you, I was not online because
I mean, I
I
also wasn't online too, but
was slightly sheltered.
I'm
So,
trying to think what was trendy when I was in middle school. Frozen.
Frozen?
yes.
What was trendy for you guys in like elementary school?
Were there
Um,
trends when you're 5 years old? There's just like boogers and stuff. Cooties.
uh, I know in my first and second grade, the big thing was High School Musical.
Oh, I'm thinking of like, you know, the silly bands and
Yeah,
those
that was
Oh.
middle
glitter
school.
balls.
Glitter balls.
Yeah, they were like glittery bouncy balls.
Hmm.
That was really trendy in my school.
Are you sure you're not talking about cat balls?
I
Wait,
don't
so
know.
why are we talking about middle school trends?
I don't
Well,
know.
I was
That
just
was
I
just
said
fun.
there was a trend when we were back in middle school that you guys obviously didn't know about, but it was like, and I'll have to go back and find it, but I swear it was a real thing. There was like a picture of a guy's face saying like, "Have you seen this man? People are dreaming of him, but he doesn't exist." And it was like the whole thing about like your mind can't create like memories or
Hmm.
whatever or faces in your dreams, but people are seeing the same person. It was like a creepy pasta type of thing.
Hmm.
So going back to AI, it's quite fascinating what we stumbled on about like does it make sense to you guys, that whole analogy of like AI and then like ChatGPT specifically and then Hatman, like how there
Yeah.
can be
It makes too much
multiple
sense, and I don't
Unfortunately,
like
it makes too much sense. Yeah.
I don't like it.
I
and
don't
how
like
that taps it. That would prove too, because we were talking about on the Hatman episode how Hatman is like a dweller type of entity. That would make total sense if AI, and that analogy is like the fear you put in reflects back, and the shadow and all that stuff, and all the fears, the shadow self. It makes a lot of sense if you think maybe all shadow beings are algorithms in the cloud.
Sure. Why not? At this point, hop off, I guess.
Pop off.
Okay. It's just unfortunate because I don't have like a rhyme to end the episode on.
I believe you. Brianna, give another beat.
No.
Dang it.
You give a beat, Angela.
No, I can't do that type of stuff.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Paranormal Lens. If you liked what you heard, every 5-star rating and positive review tells the algorithms we're a worthy podcast and pushes us out to more listeners. We appreciate each and every one of you, and we'll see you next Thursday for another paranormal deep dive.